Thank you very much. You may take your seats now. We Sri Lankans have a great cultural legacy in dance and music. Our next function on the agenda, the Welcome Dance, will provide you with a great example of it. Please welcome our dancers, Akila Nilavira, final year student at the Faculty of Medicine, University of Colombo, former FISA student ambassador, World University Games participant in athletics in 2017, and joining with him, Gihani Javadana, fourth year student from the Faculty of Medicine, University of Colombo, a Kathak Visharad, and has won second place at National Youth Awards 2019 under category Kathak, and also member of Ranmala Balakai. Ladies and gentlemen, the Welcome Dance.
Ganapati detinwana mihikatun rakiti mederana tenne matanuwana asam devi yani deva subhagana ayuko veva kalaset mudun veva dosa duru veva sakra mahapamu ayuko va Niva butua kona gama butun yana namadaru palakamin nidaye gaman satayakini van pura siridaru oparuvan situmiya van budu kairianti sa siritiru devatulendo sa basin kona gama butun anagenadaru isapatan nalalatan van pematenayanan kahanatanita duka savan duka tulada bellada deura belamita anapita Vata pita aluda sangilida sahada sanuyendo sa hulaputa Ata karamaharin akabisi kutun anuhas balanata
It was indeed a great performance. Thank you very much, Akila and Gihani. Special thanks to the editors, Malit, Nipuna, and Nimsara. Now, let me cordially invite the President of the Sri Lanka University Sports Association, Dr. Chandrakanta Mahindranathan, to welcome the gathering. Dr. Chandrakanta is currently a senior lecturer in botany at the Faculty of Science of Batticaloa. in the Eastern University. She also had the honor of being appointed as the chairperson of the World Walkathon and Mini Run Challenge, which was organized by the South Asian University Sports Federation. Dear Madam, over to you.
Good morning to everyone. It's with a heart of gratitude and joy to welcome you all to this remarkable day of the International Day of University Sports, the IDUS 2021, on behalf of Sri Lanka University Sports Association, the SLUSA. This year, the IDUS celebrations have filled with an array of events and competitions for students to participate in. I'm so proud to say that the SLUSA is for the first time ever launching a sports-based magazine called the SLUSA Magazine, which will highlight the best of our university sports here in Sri Lanka. In addition, that took place in 2019 and 2020 and will feature the major international and national achievements of our students during this period. Therefore, I take the privilege to welcome, first of all, our chief guest, the Senior Professor Chandana P. Udawatha, the Vice Chairman of the University Grants Commission and the Chairman of the Standing Committee Sports and Physical Education. Also, I'm so pleased and excited to welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. Sunil Jayantha Navaratna, the Director General of National Institute of Education, Sri Lanka. Also, I'm so pleased to welcome all our Vice Chancellors, Registrars, Chairmen of Sports Advisory Boards, and also the members of the Sports Advisory Board of all the state universities in Sri Lanka. I would like to welcome Dr. Pinena, the Vice President of International University Sports Federation and the President of Asian University Sports. Also, I would like to thank them for sending their message, the wishes actually, through the video clips. Also, I would like to welcome Mrs. Janatani Vijayasinghe, the Deputy Secretary and the Secretary to the Standing Committee of Sports and Physical Education. It's my pleasure also to welcome our retired directors and instructors in physical education units of all the Sri Lankan universities. On behalf of the organizing committee of this IDUS 2021 and the SLUSA, and also the members of the SLUSA from all the universities, it's my pleasure to welcome my dear students who are the heroes and heroines of this historical important day of SLUSA. I'm sure that the IDUS will motivate our students to maintain a healthy lifestyle and to make sure their engagement in physical activities during this pandemic period. In addition to physical activities, such innovative steps with regard to the sports would certainly enhance their skills.
Thank you very much, dear madam, for your humble words towards us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you would like to enlighten your knowledge on what IDUS, SLUSA, and FISU are. To start off with the IDUS, the inception of IDUS, and what IDUS is really about, I humbly invite Mevan Indruwa and Chaudhry Hashani. Mevan Indruwa, representing the Faculty of Medicine, University of Rona, a current FISU student ambassador for the term 2021 and 2022. And Chaudhry Hashani, representing the Faculty of Commerce and Management Studies from University of California, also a FISU student ambassador for the year 2021-2022. Dear Chaudhry and Mevan, over to you.
Thank you, Malka. So a very good morning to all of you guys who have joined us today. So we are about to introduce what really is the International Day of University Sport. So last year, when Sri Lanka officially celebrated the International Day of University Sport for the first time, students used to ask, what really is this IDUS call? Because Sri Lanka witnessed the first ever celebration just a year ago. So this year, as we celebrate IDUS for the second consecutive year, let me introduce what this International Day of University Sport really is about. So IDUS really is a day devoted for universities and sports in general, focused mainly on university students. So when is this event really celebrated? Usually, every year, it is celebrated on the 20th of September, and that is today. So the first ever celebration happened, the first ever celebrations happened in the year of 2016, where the whole world celebrated. But Sri Lanka celebrated IDUS for the first time in 2020. So why is September 20th the special day? So the first ever Student World Championships, which was held in Poland in 1924, took place on this very day. That is exactly why the International University Sports Federation, otherwise known as FISU, selected this particular day as the day to celebrate IDUS. So to explain what really and how this event started, I would like to hand over to my fellow ambassador, Chaturi Hassan.
Thank you, Mevan. So moving on with the presentation, as Mevan said, IDUS, very commonly known as IDUS, is officially proclaimed by United Nations Educational and Scientific and Cultural Organization, very famously known as UNESCO, in 2015. And IDUS was actually celebrated in, as we said, 2016 in Sri Lanka, and FISU actually organized 1,500 plus events around the world and in 5 continental associations. And 102 national member federations are celebrating IDUS in 2019, have celebrated IDUS in 2019 across the world. So what are the objectives, FISU objectives for IDUS? Unite university sports people and member organizations, create a debate on university sport, promote FISU's university sport mission and values, improve awareness of the importance of sport in universities, create platform for the exchange of ideas. So to explain the rest of the presentation, I would like to invite Mevan again. Over to you, Mevan.
Thank you, Chaturi. So to explain what really took place on the 20th of September of 2020, which is exactly a year ago on this very day, held at the University of Kelaniya, we as a country, as a university sports community in Sri Lanka, celebrated this event in grand style for the first time ever. So to start off with the proceedings that happened last year, we had many educative sessions, including the panel discussion. We had a keynote speech. We had many other fun activities where the members of the sports councils of all universities actively took part, and a major bond was built between university students on that particular day. It was definitely an event to remember, just like you can see in the photos right here. So to talk about this year's event, the second consecutive International Day of University Sports celebration in Sri Lanka consisted of 2 days, and this is day 2, and this is the official day of the event. So this year was truly a special event, and one of the main things that we focus on are the objectives of IDUS. These are the objectives that have been given to us by the World University Sports Federation, otherwise known as FISU. So some of the major objectives that we are supposed to fulfill as FISU student ambassadors at this year's IDUS is to promote values among university students, especially among Sri Lankan university athletes, and to promote SLUSA and FISU and their activities, to improve awareness on university sports, and its opportunities among university students, to strengthen the bond among student athletes and SLUSA, and to strengthen the bond among student athletes from different universities. So what really is this hashtag, Let's IDUS? You might have heard of it, you might have seen it on social media. It goes, especially when it comes close to the 20th of September, starting from last year, this Let's IDUS hashtag would have been very common on social media. You might have seen it in captions, you might have seen it in flyers, you might even have seen it in teaser videos. So let me explain what this hashtag really means. It's more of a slogan. That means that each student, regardless of where you are, you might be at home, you might be somewhere else, you might not be here with us physically, but you still have the chance to celebrate this event. You still have the chance to show your contribution, your support to this event by using this simple hashtag. FISU recognizes this slogan, and therefore you have the opportunity to be a part of our celebration using this hashtag. Please understand that you can use this hashtag in any form or manner, in a way that you can promote this event, in a way that you can celebrate what sport really is. In this time, during this pandemic period, you still have the opportunity to use this slogan to celebrate IDUS. So to explain the timeline of what really took place this year and our journey as the two FISU student ambassadors, how we began to craft the journey, the structure of this event and all the competitions and events, let me introduce my fellow ambassador, Chaturi. Over to you.
Thank you, Mevan. So as Mevan said, this is the second day, which is the grand day of IDUS. But what really happened before this? Let me explain to you. So as you can see in this timeline, a lot happened in this year. So even though we are on 20th September today, actually we started planning IDUS in June itself. And then we started building our proposal in July. And then we presented it to the SLUSA, which all of you know, in July 12th. And then we had a meeting with the university media presidents in July 25th to explain what we are really going to do this year. And here we have to actually remember our media unit presidents and all the members, because they have been working with us throughout this event in many ways to help us to succeed in this event. And then, as Mevan will explain to you in a little while about the SLUSA magazine, and we started creating this SLUSA magazine from August itself. That is actually from the beginning of August, and then we started a challenge called Article Challenge. So this was started in August 2nd of 2021, and then you might have seen this event as well in all of our social medias, which is IDUS Football Javelin Challenge, which started in August 12th. And then SLUSA actually recognized our commitment towards this, and they appointed IDUS organizing committee. We first met on August 28th, and then with their guidance, we started IDUS sports quiz competition on September 13th. And there might be certain participants in this Zoom meeting itself. So you might have participated in quiz competition as well. It was very competitive. Like there were about 200 odd participants in that challenge. So, and then we came to the rehearsal on September 15th. And this was actually a pre-rehearsal because we had many rehearsals before coming onto this grand day. And then we had panel discussion on September 19th, which was the day one of IDUS. And here we are on 20th September 2021, celebrating the IDUS grand event. And you might be wondering how we did all of these things. This was not just a one day thing. It was all like we have to go through lot of meetings. As we all know, we are going through a pandemic. We cannot meet physically. So we were having all these Zoom meetings, and these are some of the pictures we took in our meetings. And to explain about what we actually did in details, I would like to invite Mevan.
So to start off with, our first project that we took upon as one of our tasks for this year was to launch the first ever SLUSA magazine. It's going to be a one-of-a-kind university sports-based magazine that will be launched today. So as you can see, this is the cover page, and you guys will get the opportunity to witness and to read this magazine for the first time in a few moments, as today is the day that this magazine will be launched for the first time. This magazine is going to be a blast, and it's going to be such an interesting magazine for everyone present. So the next challenge, the next event that we had focused mainly on the university students was the football juggling challenge, which was held virtually. It consisted of 2 rounds, and we had a registration process. And then our first round started on the 12th of August, and around 30 participants from all over the country took part. And the one thing I must highlight was that both male and female football enthusiasts took part at this year's challenge. So the second round started on the 12th of September and actually concluded just a few days ago. And we showcased the finals yesterday during day 1 of IDUS 2021. And the top 3 winners were announced yesterday. And today at the award ceremony, the top 3 winners will be awarded prizes. So moving on to the next challenge that we had, the next event or competition that we had, once again, focused mainly on university undergraduates, was the IDUS article challenge. Submissions were held from the 2nd to the 19th of August, and we had almost 40 articles from university students from all over the country. We featured articles from all 3 languages, where the top 3 articles will be featured on this year's SLUSA magazine. So in a few moments, when the SLUSA magazine is launched, you will get to read the top 3 articles from English, Sinhala, and Tamil. So that was one of the major challenges that we had at this year's IDUS 2021. So the next competition that we had was the quiz challenge, which was held for the 2nd consecutive time. Last year was also a huge success. And this year, we as the student ambassadors decided to make this event an annual event as a part of the SLUSA student activities, where students can actively participate regardless of whether it's a pandemic or not. A quiz competition can be held virtually. And therefore, on the 13th of September, we had our 2nd ever IDUS 2021 quiz challenge, where almost 200 participants from all over the country took part. And once again, the top 3 participants will be awarded at today's award ceremony. So this challenge was a pretty interesting challenge. So that was basically it from our end. And this was the entire overview of this year's International Day of University Sport. So today, as it's day 2, and it's the main day, it's the 20th of September, I would like you all, including the distinguished invitees who are here with us and my fellow students, to join us as we celebrate the International Day of University Sports. Thank you.
Thank you, Mevan and Chatri, for sharing your knowledge on IDUS with all of us. Next, to illuminate you with the knowledge on SLUSA, I humbly invite Mr. Laxman Vijay Surya, Senior Instructor in Physical Education, University of Moratuwa, General Secretary of the Commonwealth Chess Association, General Secretary of South Asian Chess Council, and the President of the Chess Federation of Sri Lanka. Dear sir, over to you.
Good morning, all of you. It's my duty to address you regarding SLUSA. Our chief guest today, Dr. Chandana Pivudavatta, Dr. Sunil Jayantha Navaratna, the president of SLUSA, and all other guests. We have FISU and AUSF representatives, and my dear students. So my duty is that the SLUSA, we have our mission and vision. The vision is to promote and expand access to sports and physical education, enabling everyone to have the opportunity to participate in quality sports and physical literacy experiences. Our mission is to promote and encourage students to participate in competitive and recreational sports by providing correct guidance and quality facilities and a conducive environment. So we mainly the overall objective is to promote and develop physical education, competitive and recreational sports in the national universities administrated by this UGC. So there are 16 members of us, Colombo, Peradeniya, Kalaniya, Sri Javadripura, Moratuwa, Jaffna, Ruhuna, the Eastern University, Sabaragamuwa, Rajarata, Wayamba, Southeastern University, Uwa Velassa, University of Visual and Performing Arts, Gampa, we have two new members, Gampa Vikramarachi and University of Vavuniya. So actually, SLUSA history goes till 1965. In 1965, actually, under the guidance of Mr. Hanunge, 4 universities got together, University of Peradeniya, Colombo, Lanka and Vidyodaya. They conducted a track and field event, which is the start of our organization. So then they create an organization called Ceylon University Sports Association in 1969. So actually the first president of that was Mr. Gunawardena from Professor Gunawardena from Sri Javadripura University. So it developed, and then SLUSA represented in the World University Games in 1973 first time. So by the development of that, in 1980, there were 7 universities got together and formed the current organization, Sri Lanka University Sports Association. So we became FISU members in 2001. Then actually our regional organizations got together and we found the South Asian University Sports Federation. We are one of the founding members. And 2020 is the year where we started in celebrating this IDUS. So we had a great ceremony last year, and this is a continuation of that IDUS celebration. So we are affiliated to 3 international bodies. So one is FISU, the World University Sports Federation. Then we are affiliated to Asian University Sports Federation, and we are a member of South Asian University Sports Federation. Locally also, we have taken the membership of Athletic Association, Chess Federation, Football Federation, Netball Federation, Sri Lanka Basketball Federation, Sri Lanka Cricket, Sri Lanka Hockey Federation, Sri Lanka Rugby, and Sri Lanka Volleyball Federation. So these are the sports activities of us. You know, our main one is Sri Lanka University Games, which is held every 3 years. You know, it's a glorious event. So last time we had it in University of Ruhuna. We are conducting 36 sporting events there at the same university. So we call it the mini Olympics of Sri Lanka University students. So then we have university championships every year. So we are conducting 36 sports also there. So these 36 sports we distribute among our members. So each university is organizing 2-3 events, and we conduct inter-university championship each year to find the best sporting university. I mean, we find the best sporting university in men, best sporting university in women, and the overall best university in sports performance. Then actually we hold number of selection trials, because we are sending a lot of the strong students to participate in international events. So for all these events, the SRUSA is conducting selection trials, and we are sending the winners of those events. So these are the sports events which we are participating. The main one, the main international event is the FISU Summer World University Games. We call it as World University Games, which I said we started participating in 1973, but after 1991, I think we have participated in each and every summer university games held. But after about 2009, we are sending huge contingents. Where in last time in Italy, we sent a contingent of around 70 people with 55 students and about 16 officials. So there are FISU World University Championships. In most of the time, if there are sports which run by SRUSA, if there's an event, the SRUSA is sending players and teams to participate in these championships. There are FISU World University Cups, especially for team events. So far, we have participated in netball and rugby. There are a lot of Asian University Championships as well, conducted by Asian University Sports Federation. We are always participating, and we are active participants of all these events. So there are, few South Asian University Championships, and in national championships also, we are sending teams where we, I said that we are affiliated to a number of associations. In those associations, national championships, we are sending our teams. So there are educational events also that SRUSA conducts and participates. So the main one is we are having each year a physical education officers forum. So we conduct it for all members of the university staff. It's one of the best functions which we are running. So last year we celebrated International Day of University Sports. We had a panel discussion with some excellent people who have done sports and academic well. This is what we are showing you now. So these are the educational events we participate. Internationally, we go for the FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy. They participated in 2020 in Kazan. Then FISU World Forum, also one of the places we go. We go for world conferences of FIDE, FISU, ambassador programs of FISU, and transfer knowledge programs of FISU. So they are the development. I mean, we actually praise all our athletes who perform very well in our events as well as World University participations. Annually, we have a Sri Lanka University Colours Award ceremony to felicitate all these performers. I mean, this is what SRUSA is. Actually, we are there to produce, quality graduates for the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear sir, for humbly sharing your knowledge on SRUSA with us. Next, to educate our wonderful audience on FISU, International University Sports Federation, and all its events and programs for students, I cordially invite Ranoj Novid, a third-year undergraduate from Faculty of Science, University of Ruhr, a FISU student ambassador for the term 2020 and 2021, a University Colors holder for badminton, a volunteer team leader, organizing committee Sri Lanka University Games 2019, team leader and speaker of FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy 2021, and organizing committee National Volunteer Awards 2015 and 2018. Over to you, Ranoj.
Thank you very much, Malika, for the introduction. So, good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear fellow athletes. So today I will be sharing with you the FISU events and opportunities available for student athletes. So first, let's know about what is FISU. The FISU stand for Fédération Internationale du Sports Universitaire in French and commonly known as International University Sports Federation, founded in 1949 and is responsible for organizing and governing of worldwide sports competitions for university student athletes. And there are also 5 values in FISU: excellence, teamwork, innovation, joy of sport, and integrity. So FISU is always trying to promote these values through numerous events, and most importantly, FISU is trying to promote university sports and in numerous events. And also, FISU is an international organization recognized by International Olympic Committee and cooperate with well-known 60 international federations, and there are 174 national associations, and SLUSA is one of them. And also there are 5 continental associations in FISU, and our continental association is Asian University Sports Federation. So that's quite a bit of FISU. So why FISU is so special? I know most of you know about FISU because of Summer and Winter World University Games, or from World University Championships, or from World University Cups. But FISU is not only responsible for conducting these big sporting events, but also valuable programs, valuable education programs and development programs. So today I'll be sharing with you all 3 kind of events conducted by FISU. So first is sporting events. The most popular one, FISU Summer World University Games, or Summer Universiade, or also known as University Olympics. So last Summer Universiade was held in Napoli, Italy in 2019, and 2021 Summer Universiade was postponed to 2022 in Chengdu, China, because of the pandemic situation. And the FISU Winter World University Games, or World Winter Universiade, is also held every 2 years of time. So last Winter Universiade held in 2019 in Russia, and this year there will be a Winter University Games in December and at Lucerne, Switzerland. So, and actually I want to mention in 2019 Winter Universiade, one of our former student ambassadors, Mahela Bandar from University of Ruhr, got this rare opportunity to participate at FISU Winter World Universiade as an international volunteer. And also FISU World University Championships, this comes every 2 years, the even numbered years. This is held between the World University Championship, World University Games. So this World University Championship program consists of 32 sports. Actually, in the year 2021, most of the World University Championships got cancelled because of the pandemic. But World University Championships sports program is back on track. So next year there will be a lot of World University Championships happening. So that's about the World University Championships. So the next is FISU University World Cups. So the University World Cups And World University Championships differs from is where FISU University World Cup embraces university versus university format instead of national delegations. So you can represent your university and participate in these events, not representing your country, but as representing your university. So currently there are FISU University World Cups for football and 3-on-3 basketball. And FISU is also hope to introduce rugby sevens and combat sports in the years to come. So that's about FISU's sports programs. So let's move on to the educational events of FISU. Actually, there are 4 main educational events conducted by FISU, which are FISU World Forum, FISU World Conference, International Day of University Sport, and FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy. So I'll first go with the FISU World Forum, which is held every 2 years of time. Actually, the World Forum is a platform for exchange and sharing best practices. So every 2 years and alternating with the FISU World University Games event years, the FISU World Forum brings together students, officials, and other key partners involved in university sports movement with FISU member associations. So last World Forum happened in Budapest, Hungary in 2020, online because of the pandemic. And 2 student representatives from Sri Lanka got the opportunity to participate in group projects, who are Tusiri Ekanayaka from University of Sri Jayawardenepura and Chatusha Punchi Bedikkara from University of Moratuwa. And also the FISU World Conferences. The main objective of these FISU World Conferences is to network platform for scientists who will present and promote the research on scientific innovations and enhance the sustainable development of winter sports. It is an opportunity for the younger generation of sports scientists to discuss new ideas or to arrange projects in the area of sports science. And I want to mention for this year's FISU World Conference hosted by University of Lucerne, Switzerland, one of our former ambassadors, Akila Nilabira's abstract paper on dual career got accepted. So he'll be presenting his abstract paper on FISU World Conference in Lucerne, Switzerland in this December. And I wish him all the very best for his presentation. And the next is the FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy, where we come from. So FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy held every year in Kazan, Russia since 2017. So the aim of this FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy is to create a volunteering community around the world that could share the best global practices in volunteering projects in all kinds of sports events. So this is a life-changing opportunity to me as a person, and also for the former ambassadors also. And currently, one of our current ambassadors, Mivan and Chaturi, got graduated from FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy last week. And I encourage every one of you, especially for second year and third year undergraduate, to apply for next year's FEVLA when the application is opened by SLUSA. And the next educational program is the International Day of University Sports. I think you already know by now what is International Day of University Sport, but I want to mention in last year, the International Day of University Sport held for the first time ever, hosted by University of Kelaniya with the collaboration with Sri Lanka University Sports Association with few student ambassadors of Sri Lanka. And the event went really well. And I also wanted to thank Physical Education Unit of University of Kelaniya, and especially for the students of University of Kelaniya for pulling off an amazing event. And it was really a successful event. So that's about educational programs. And let's move on to development programs and opportunities offered by FISU. The FISU Student Ambassador Program, the FISU Student Ambassador status is actually given after successful completion of FISU Volunteer Leaders Academy for over a period of 1 year. And the FISU ambassador's role is to serve as an important link between FISU and their NUSF and also with the student communities in their country, where FISU is present and mainly to promote university sport among university students. And there are also some scholarships offered by FISU, and RIU Master of Sports Administration is one of them, offered by Russian International Olympic University. And there's another master's program called Dream Together Master, offered by Korean Ministry of Culture. So there are, if you want to know more about these scholarships, please visit to fisu.net for more information. And also to mention, if you are currently studying sports science, this will be a great opportunity for you and for your future career also. And the Young Reporters Program. So the Young Reporters Program personifies FISU's commitment to more than sports competitions. At every FISU Summer and Winter World University Games, a group of talented aspiring sport journalists, either students between 19 to 25 or recent graduates, are chosen to cover the 12 days of competition. This provides young sports journalists with a unique training experience and includes both mentoring on site and work to reinforce the FISU and OSU media teams during FISU's major multi-sports events. So I invite all the members of university sports media units to find out more about this program. This will be a life-changing opportunity to you, especially if you are willing to pursue your career as a sports journalist. And finally, the International Volunteer Program. Sometimes you may not get the chance to participate at World Summer University Games or World University Championships as an athlete, but still you got a chance to participate in this event as an international volunteer. As I mentioned earlier, in 2019 Winter University, one of our former student ambassadors, Mahila Bandara, got the opportunity to participate at Winter University as an international volunteer. So this program was held for some time because of the pandemic situation, and this program will relaunch in December this year. You can also find about this program on fisu.net. And there are some other education programs conducted by FISU. These are some of these. And that's about the FISU events and opportunities available for university students. Thank you very much. And I hope you learned something from this presentation. And please visit fisu.net for more information or www.slusa.lk. And don't forget to follow our Instagram page and to like our Facebook page. And thanks again, and wish you all a very happy International Day of University Sports. Let's see those. Over to you, Gajani.
Thank you very much, Ranoj, for your wonderful session on FISU. Next on the agenda is another dance performance to add more vibrance to the event. Let me invite LBK Lakshan, a third-year undergraduate from Department of Fine Arts, University of Kelaniya, and Chaturi Vijaysekara, a fourth-year undergraduate from Department of Fine Arts, University of Kelaniya, to take the stage. Let's enjoy their performance.
नचे ता तू बड़ी जच्चे हाय हिलने नचे ता तू बड़ी जच्चे एक एक ठुमके पे सौ सौ ताड़ियां हिले जब लग तेरा हिलती है बाड़ियां एक ठुमके पे सौ सौ ताड़ियां हिले जब लक मेरा हिलती है बालियां एक एक ठुमके पे सौ
बात तो ये जो तू टिकटॉक टिकटॉक चलती है, माना ये सारी तेरी हाई हील्स की गलती है। रुक तो जा, तू है कौन, ये तो बता तू है कौन, कहाँ से आई है कहाँ को जाएगी, पागल लड़की मुझे मरवाएगी। Shut up। बस कर ये जलवे न दिखा, ये सब मैं वो देख चुका, तुम जैसी तो पट जाती है फिर दुर्घटना घट जाती है। मैं हूँ शिकारी उड़िए, खाली मेरा बार नहीं जाता, तुझको ना पहचाने क्यों तेरे घर अखबार नहीं आता।
आंखों से चीट करके, टॉक स्वीट करके, रैप में अपनी तू मुझको बिठा लेगा। मुझे जो तंग किया, कुछ मेरे संग किया, तो मेरी हाई हील से मार तो खा लेगा।
नचे दिन खोले जाने जुल्फाए ताड़ियां, सीने विच दिल विल टंग लैण वाड़ियां। नचे दिन खुले जाने जुल्फाए ताड़ियां, सीने विच दिल विल टंग लैण वाड़ियां। जादू तेरी ब्यूटी वाला नॉन स्टॉप खिच्चे, नॉन स्टॉप खिच्चे, नॉन स्टॉप।
कहंदा हाई हील ते नचे ता तू बड़ी जचे, हाई हील ते नचे ता तू
जद हाई हील ते नचे, तू बड़ी जचे। जद हाई हील ते नचे ता तू बड़ी जचे, हाई हील ते नचे ता तू बड़ी जचे। जद हाई हील ते नचे, तू बड़ी जचे। जद हाई हील ते नचे ता तू बड़ी जचे, हाई हील ते नचे ता तू बड़ी जचे।
Thank you very much for that wonderful performance, Lakshan and Chaudhary. Next, to deliver the keynote speech, I respectfully invite Dr. Sunil Jayant Navaratna, Director General at the National Institute of Education. Dr. Sunil Jayant Navaratna completed his bachelor's at the University of Sri Chowdhuryapura. He then went on to finish his PhD in management at Kyoto University in Tokyo, Japan. In the year 2000, he became the youngest secretary of the Sri Lankan public sector when he was appointed by His Excellency the President as the Secretary at the Ministry of Samurdhi, Rural Development, Upcountry Development and Parliament Affairs. In 2010, he was also appointed as the Secretary at the Ministry of Higher Education, and he was also a former Secretary of the Ministry of Sports. Dr. Sunil carried out his duties as the President of the Volleyball Federation of Sri Lanka from 1997 to 2000. He was also the founder president of the Beach Volleyball Federation of Sri Lanka. He was also the Director General Chairman at the National Youth Services Council, and also the Chairman of the Center for Strategic Management and Chairman and Director General at the National Enterprise Development Authority. Dr. Sunil Jayant is a human capital development expert and a management consultant and coach in strategic management, marketing, human capital development, and change management. Dear sir, over to you.
Ivan, Vanakkam, Assalamu alaikum, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. And our friend, former Vice Chancellor Sabaragamua, now UGC Vice Chairman, Professor Chandana Udavatta, as the chief guest here today. I'm happy he's here, and all the other Vice Chancellors. At the same time, professors and future leaders of this country. At the same time, our SLUSA president and secretary and all. Especially, I should mention Mr. Ratna Mudali. He has been working with us very long time when I was the president, Volleyball Federation and all. During 1996 till today. And also one of my students, who is Nisha Herat. Today, she is the president, director of Jawadarapura Sports, also should be mentioned. Now she is very successful leader. And also I should mention that I was at Jawadarapura University during 1973 to 77. At that time, Mr. Rodrigo was the sports director, and Mrs. Yashmin Dharma Ratna was the other member, and Mr. Wilson. Thanks to them, we are here today, and we should not forget them. So today my topic is 21st century skills and extracurricular activities, especially sports. Why I use this thing, and today, these days, we are doing the education reforms. So I will link this speech to the education reforms also. At the same time, I would like to mention here that when we were the students in the university, most of these today's big people were just students. I'll mention few names. When I was in the university, SP Zisanayaka was my senior, and he was athlete. 100 and 200 meters champion was SP Zisanayaka. I was second. After he left the university, I was the champion 100, 200, and I became the hockey captain also. My vice captain was Lalit Zisanayaka at that time. He became a deputy health minister later. Give some examples. Then Regional Kure and Mr. Chandrasiri Gajadira was also some sportsman. They did wrestling and various other extracurricular activities also. They are leaders. Then when we had Colors Night, I was the announcer of the Colors Night. And also we invited Mr. Sunil Gunawardana as our chief guest. You know who is Sunil Gunawardana now, and Bhadra. Then we invited visual and performing arts. Those days we called, Haywood. We invited Pani Bharata and team to dance on stage. Then Kaluarachi, Professor Kaluarachi, Professor Mudiansi, Professor Kotegade today were the students at that time. They came to dance. Then to sing with Mr. Amaradeva, Rohana Veerasinghe, Edward Jayakodi, Bagdula Vijayveera, Lakshman, Vijay Sekhar, and all came. So now you can see all these university students who were students those days have become leaders. Now you listeners are going to be the future leaders. That is the message I want to give you, because we came through this process thanks to extracurricular activities, especially sports. So how are you going to explain this? So these are future Sri Lanka. This is the fourth city. So you all are going to be the big contributors in this developmental projects, definitely. So in that sense, you have to be good leaders, good decision makers, good entrepreneurs, etc. So how are you going to link sports and extracurricular activities, those things? In America, passed a bill in 2001, it's No Child Left Behind. So I think we also should understand only the people who can read and write and cram and write back in the exam are not the best. So all these other people are excellent people, but we are not identified them as gifted people or excellent student, because we all are trying to send all our people the university. If they don't go to the university, we don't consider them as bright. But definitely, yes, university people are excellent, but there are other people who are doing best. And Every Student Succeed Act also came in 2015 under Obama. So we also follow that these things should be part of our education. So these days we are doing curriculum reform, but we don't consider it as curriculum reform for 21st century, but we call it we are developing a dynamic future generation of our nation who take Sri Lanka to the world. Because we should take Sri Lanka to the world by ourselves, by yourself, by leaders who produce through the graduates. Those are the real leaders. So 21st century curriculum has keywords. I will repeat those things. Higher order thinking is called HOT. But unfortunately, today our education system produced low order thinkers, then active and deeper learners. So we need active learners and deeper learners, but today we are promoting passive learners and surface learners. And multiple intelligence, I'm not going to explain all these things, technology and multimedia, and multiple illiteracies and 21st century skills and innovative skills, all these things. Therefore, today's student, a teacher, should think differently. So the proper curriculum, since all the vice chancellors are here, maybe a quality curriculum asks more students than memorization and replication. So memorization and replication is outdated. So today we should produce students or university graduates must make connections, observe closely, ask questions from conjectures, identify point of views, consider alternatives, evaluate outcomes, and make evidence-based judgment and decision making. So these are the things expected by the 21st century. So, but if you are just give them notes and they repeat in the exam as we did, it is not, they are not matching with the 21st century. So a high quality curriculum include lessons that empower students and develop their critical thinking, communication skills, which in turn creates classroom culture that nurtures student leadership and agency and encourage critical analysis of the world. So this is what we need. So communication is needed, critical thinking is needed, and also teamwork and leadership. So therefore, 21st century educator should be totally shifted from the traditional educator. Being a 21st century educator means having the ability to be able to teach and reach all learners in the school, even in the university. That means the ability to differentiate learning so that all students are able to learn using their own unique style and or by their ability or readiness. So even in the university, there are various types of university students. They learn in various ways. So let them come up with their own style, not one way, just listening to the notes, etc. So therefore, it's high time to change. The incremental change is adaptable in the phase one, but when the external environment, the dotted line change very fastly, if we don't change our education, we become demise. So it's high time to do a transformational change to the education. In that sense, extracurricular activities, sports are playing a vital role. At the same time, today market is asking for KSAM graduates. This model was developed while I was the Secretary of Higher Education in 2013. Even these vice chancellors may know with Ponnam Peruma and Nanakara. So we call market is asking KSAM graduates. K stand for knowledge, theoretical and practical skills, 21st century skills, affectives, attitudes, values, and vision for life, and mindset and paradigm. They should see the world in novel way. This mindset and paradigm is the addition of our new model. So you can see this photograph. That photograph shows that one way you can see rabbit or one way you can see a bird. So you should see the correct picture, otherwise. So world is asking for KSAM graduates, but at present our education system produces highly theoretical students, TK only. So KSAM is the answer, but we are producing mostly theoretical knowledge purpose people, but sometimes with practical knowledge. So these are the gap we have to fill through our education system. And also, as I always talk about our GDP, 1950, it was $89, and Japan was at $1 ahead. Singapore was not there. It was created in 1965. And so Malaysia at 30. So we consider it was, since Singapore was a part of Malaysia, say let's say 30. So today we are our per capita income is $4,000, while our GDP was $89 billion. From 90, Japan went to 48,000. Singapore, from nothing, it has gone to 64,000. Malaysia is hanging around 12,000. So what has happened to Sri Lanka? So I think you and me, as leaders, the university graduates, should do something to take Sri Lanka to the next world, or at least 12,000 per capita, to make our country a developed nation. So that is one of the important message I want to give you. So see the world top 10 biggest companies. Walmart, 514 billion, their revenue, where our Sri Lankan whole country's GDP was $89 billion. So see, there are 150 more big countries than Sri Lanka. So you have to think those things. And also, what is our biggest company in Sri Lanka is, in 2021, is Haley's. It was 241 billion, that means $1.2 billion. So that is the biggest company in Sri Lanka. Then commercial bank, likewise. So all our private sector also very small. So we need more and more big private sector companies who can contribute to our economy. So you should be the leaders of those companies and products. So this is shocking news for you. In 2019, our GDP was 15 trillion, around 15 trillion. Out of that, biggest contributor is transports, goods and passenger, including warehouse. 11.5 came from transport sector. Then the wholesale and retail sector, 11%. Then other personal activities, 9.9. Then construction, etc., etc. So what is education? Education contribute only 2.2. Human health and this thing 4, and public admin 6. So you and me, as the graduates, are not supporting the transport or wholesale or maybe personal activity. All these so-called uneducated people are the people who runs the country. So is our education is correct? So how are we going to contribute to the national development? Through various means. It is a question I am going to ask from this higher education planners, because I was the Secretary of Education. So now, though I am in the other sector, general education. So let's ask this question together and find some solution together. So who is this retail, the transport? So I will show you, there are 48 items in the GDP. Out of 17 items, all these 17 items giving 80% of the GDP. So if you have 17 ministers to develop these 17 areas, so we can definitely develop the country better than this. Then I'm going to show you the shocking news. Out of 11.5%, the land, air, water, and warehouse, land transport covers 93.9. 93.9 land, okay? Air and water, only 6 point something. Then with the biggest contributor in our GDP, three-wheelers, 37.5%. Private bus, 17.7%. Trucks, 15.2%. Multipurpose vehicles, 8.2. Cabs and taxis, 2.2. CTB, 1.7. And 0.7 is the railway. Now, what do you think? So our biggest GDP value additions is coming from three-wheelers. People, we call them Ayo Badakne, but they are the people who contribute to the national development in bigger way, even private bus, even truck drivers and all these things. So have we done anything to improve the quality of this biggest contributors? Did we know this? That is the question we should ask. So as students, so let's do something to help them and also break away from this and give a higher productive company, so production to the national development. That is very important. Then second, the next 6.1 is coming from AR or 3.0, then 6 8.9 from warehousing, and only 0.2% is coming from the shipping. Then retail and wholesale, 11% is coming from big supermarket and Sillara Kadakarya. So now what do you think? So are we helping at least to customer service, how to ride a bicycle, how to ride a three-wheeler, how to make disciplines? All these things are missing in our education. Therefore, in our new education reforms, education for life, this grade 6 to 9 is considered for to develop these skills. So I'm not going to explain all these things. I'm going to ask these questions. So, and also, though agriculture sector is giving only 8.9% to the value addition, the lowest, but 2.1 million people are engaged, 27.8. That's why they're poor. In industry, 3 trillion, but 2 million people are engaged. Then service sector, 8 trillion contribution, and 3 million people are there. So how are you going to change our education to match with those? And then if you want to become a developed nation, so by having $12,000 per capita, from 4,000 to 12,000, 8,000 gap is there, I'm sure we can achieve this within the next 15 years. But we took 70 years to come to 4,000. But our target should be to achieve balance 8,000 within the next 15 years. In that case, we have to increase our per capita income by average $533. Yes, it is possible. I will show you. If you take pandemic as the war, right? If we can finish this war within next 2 years or 1 year, if we can grow or support to have a 10% growth annually in our country, so definitely we can be a developed nation by 2032 or 25. So if you assume in 2022 or 23 we start, this growth rate will have support. So how are you going to deal with that? So what is our role as the leader, as university professors and university students is the question. So you might say, we cannot agree with 10%. No. After the war in 2009, 10, our growth rate was 8, 8.4, 9.1 in 2012. Definitely. So if you focus local industries, local economy, definitely 10% is not a difficult growth rate. So a country without a vision is like a ship without a rudder. Therefore, country should have a vision to make this happen. So I propose this vision to be a developed and peaceful nation with $12,000 or more per capita income by 2035 should be our vision, and we should work together to achieve this vision. So therefore, our mission is to prepare learners for tomorrow through curiosity, engagement, and real-world experience. That is the new vision for the country. So therefore, we call education for national development or education for sustainable national development and sustainable peace. For that, transform education, transform Sri Lanka is our tagline. So with that background, so we should make our country towards one end like this. But today, we are not focused. We are like this here and there, and we are not focused. So therefore, we should do something to focus all the sectors towards one end. So at the same time, since I was in Japan, there are 3K and 1B model. When they take decisions, even politicians, even all others, they first think about the country, kuni means country. Then they think about the kaisha or the organization. Then they think about the kasoku or family, and lastly, boku or self. About in Sri Lanka, through our education, we produce more and more boku or self-oriented people, not the country-oriented people. That is one important paradigm shift we are going to do during this education. At the same time, there are 4 Ps, private sector, public sector, people sector, and political sector. So this is also one of my new models. The private sector is the engine, we call it. But public sector should be the gearbox. Gearbox should support the engine, but unfortunately, public sector and private sector doesn't have a link. Then people sector should be the wheels, but wheels are on the rock, so it's not properly moving. So they are on the roads, they are striking. All these people also should support the development. Finally, the political sector should be the visionary and driver. So driver should drive the vehicle with the support of public, private, and people sector. So I am sure if this happened, so definitely we can move this country forward. So doing business index, we are here 99, but Singapore, New Zealand, all these countries are doing very well because they are more liberated. So there's a huge opportunity to do the business in those countries. And our public sector is huge. We have almost 1.5 million people in the sector. How about the entrepreneurship or the private sector? We have only 1,019,000 non-agricultural organizations. Out of that, 935,000 or 91.7% is micro. So this is the problem. We don't have enterprises in the rural area. Small, 71, 10,000 medium, and 2,000 large. So if you can, 200,000 small, and 100,000 medium, and 50,000 large, then our country move forward. So as students who are good in extracurricular activities, entrepreneurship, so let's try to develop these areas to make this country and for your children and our future. Otherwise, we don't have a future because we are lagging behind. So therefore, inquiry-based learning and higher order thinking is the answer. So I am not going to explain all these things. Then blended learning, students should not sit and learn. So they should move freely and learn 24 hours using internet and all these things we call blended learning. And in our education reforms, we have 14 elements. So education for sustainable national development, education for regional development. So even regional curriculum is we promote. If you are around the sea, so you can teach fisheries. If you are at Morata, you can teach furniture or carpentry. In Ratnapura, they can teach gem and jewelry. All these curriculum flexibilities. There are 6 national aims. There are 4th industrial education revolution and 21st century skills of all these things there. So we have 6 educational goals: active contribute to the national development, effective and efficient employee or self-employee. Most important one is an entrepreneur or person with the entrepreneurial mindset. This is not in our education. We should promote more and more entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial mindset people to do more jobs and do extraordinary results, even in the university, even in the public sector. Entrepreneurial thinking is must. So patriotic citizen, good human, and member of a happy family. I think sports will link up with all these sectors. I'm not going to explain this separately, but doing sports is the biggest advantage for you. So present education system, we produce theoretical, negative, reactive, self-centered, dependency syndrome-oriented people, but we need practical, pragmatic, positive, proactive, patriotic, passionate, peace-loving, preserving traditional knowledge, values, and culture, and problem solvers. Definitely, to be practical, to be pragmatic, be positive, be proactive, even patriotic and passionate, teamwork leadership is important. For that, sports is the key. Teamwork is a sports is promoting. So let's do this sports and other activities link up with the 21st century is my key. So as 6 national aims are, I'm going to summarize as contributor, employee, entrepreneur, citizens, human, and member. And these are the 21st century abilities you should have. You should be a critical thinker, creative person, collaborator, communication. See, all these things are linked up with the sports. Then information literacy, media literacy, technological literacy. Now we are using all these things. Then you have to be flexible, leader, initiativeness, productivity, social. So all these things are coming together, especially with the sports, extracurricular activities. Therefore, the university should promote more and more sports and extracurricular activities as a part of the curriculum, not as a separate thing. Even in our general education, we do that. Then all this, the 12 can be categorized under learning skills, literacy skills, and life skills. So 21st century skills maps are there. I'm not going to explain all these things. So you can map it with, and also social and emotional learning, especially self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship management, and responsible decision making. All these things are again can be linked up the extracurricular activities, especially sports. Now you understand the importance of sports. So, and also the as our student explained earlier, community activities, social service, national and cultural identity, all these things coming from, and global awareness even coming from your sport activities. Now you can see the link between the 21st century and the sports and extracurricular activities. So as a person, you should have all these things, your self-control, your moods, your shared identity, your self-esteem, all these things mainly coming from extracurricular activities, I guess. So therefore, let's start from the family, then self, family, then village, Grama Sevakavasama, division, district, like upward trend education is proposing starting from home. Then when the student goes to the school, they stay in only 14% in the school. Home and community 53%. Therefore, we should promote more and more activities at home and community. Then they will learn in the classroom, school, home, and community. So you can see social and emotional learning, self-awareness, all these things. Then classroom, school, and home and community is linked up. Therefore, all these things are matters. So finally, as if you want to produce a good person, so theoretical knowledge alone is not enough. So 9 to 12, 90 degree, then 12 to 3, 90 degrees, the practical knowledge, then 3 to 6 is the skills, that 12 skills I was mentioning, then effectiveness or affective, attitudes and values, and mindset and paradigm, how do you pursue the world. So therefore, fixed mindset versus growth mindset is the promoting mindset we are in the future. At last, you can see if you want to produce all these things, so people should be KSAMs, including extracurricular activities and all curriculum, teaching and learning, assessment, and continuous learning. So in this teaching and learning and assessment, extracurricular activities are playing a vital role. So finally, I would like to conclude. So the people we want to produce is with these 6 aims: contributor, entrepreneur, etc. I showed you. Then the life 3 L's: life skills, learning skills, literacy skills, then character and citizenship is the value, attitudes, social and emotional skills, and citizenship. So these the outcome we want to produce through universities and the education system. For that, our subject and themes should support. For that, we should change our standard and assessment, curriculum and instruction, professional development, and teaching and learning. So now you can see sports has a vital role to develop your 21st century skills, especially creativity, critical thinking, collaboration and communication, and flexibility, leadership, initiativeness, and social skills. So this seminar, I think, is an excellent seminar to understand these things. Not only that, but also the values and attitudes and social and emotional learning and citizenship. So as I learned from your previous explanations, presentation, all these things are linked up with the sports and extracurricular activities. Therefore, you are doing an excellent work to support these 21st century skills. So finally, this is the learning pyramid. If you do lecturing only 5%, but if they learn, discuss, practice, and teach others, you can retain 90%. So you want to make it active learners rather than passive learners. Then we call learning also should be like a sport meet. So you are doing sports. So now various people are there, let them nurture or inculcate their own capabilities in the school. And deep learning is coming. So remembering is not alone is enough. So understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating solutions to the problem is the key. So we should promote more and more deep learners rather than surface learners. Then higher order thinkers. So there are a lot of things. So I think sports will support to produce higher order thinking. So at present, our general education system mainly produce like a landphone. So only numbers. But today we need a smartphone or smart person. So let's develop a smart graduate through combining academic knowledge and extracurricular and various other the communication skills and leadership skills with our people. That is my message. I'm sure you understand the importance of extracurricular activities and importance of all the sports and all to produce good leaders, to develop our nation as a developed nation by 2035. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your wise thoughts with us. It was really an eye-opener to all of us. LUSA continues to strive forward under the guidance of International University Sports Federation, that is FISU, and the Asian University Sports Federation, AUSF. Reinforcing that today, we have received well wishes from two very special personnel. First, let us hear from Penina Aliga Vesakabenge, the Vice President of the International University Sports Federation, former Vice Chair of Gender Equality in FISU, President at National University Sports Federation of Uganda.
Aliga, Vice President of FISU, and it's my pleasure to join my Sri Lanka University Sports family in proclaimed by UNESCO to highlight the importance of university sports in the world. I'm happy to join you on this day and congratulate your effort in making this day a memorable one. Launching the first ever Sri Lanka University Sports magazine confirms your commitment to document your national and international achievements. I've been following the events you've been organizing as lead up to this event, and I want to congratulate you, appreciate your efforts. Let's reach out to the general public and remind ourselves and the world the value of university sports to the general development of the nation. From FISU, from Uganda, we wish you the best as you celebrate the International Day of University Sports. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those generous words, madam. Now let's hear from Mr. Shi Yang-Kyu, President of the Asian University Sports Federation, AUSF, and Vice President of the International School Sports Federation.
Dear President of the Sri Lanka University Sports Association, Dr. Mahadransa and Kanakantha, dear friends, on the occasion of the forthcoming of the International Day for University Sports, on behalf of the Asian University Sports Federation, I would like to extend warmly congratulations to Sri Lanka University's Sports Association on the staging of the football competition and the panel discussion to mark this unique day proclaimed by UNESCO. AUSF believes sports could help people to achieve well-being of the body and mind. The efforts to support this wonderful initiative. More than 100,000 university students from Asia have participated in this project since it was introduced in 2016. A variety of activities, including sports competition, educational events, have been organized by our member federations in them. In the face of the pandemic challenges, it is encouraging that our member federations could adapt yourself to organize activities with your own facility. In order to benefit our younger generation and sustain university sports, I really appreciate the great efforts made by Sri Lanka University Sports Association to promote IDUS and the university sports in our country and beyond. I truly believe the celebration will be a big success. Take this opportunity. I wish all our Asian university sports community could be united and join hands to go through the difficulty time together. Wish you all the best, and thank you.
Thank you for the most encouraging words, sir. We are really overwhelmed. Up next is one of the major segments of the day, the launch of the first ever SLUSA magazine. It will be the very first sports-based magazine by the Sri Lankan University Sports Association, which will feature the best of university sports at both local and international level. And this year's edition will feature the best of the 2019 and 2020 university sports-related achievements and activities, and will be the starting point of many more editions as this is to be published annually in the future. To talk a few words about the magazine, let me cordially invite Assistant Secretary of SLUSA, Mr. Anusha De Silva, Instructor of Physical Education at the University of Colombo and a member of the SLUSA Magazine Committee. Dear sir, over to you.
Good morning to you all. Our chief guest, Vice Chairman of University Grant Commission, Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta, our special guest and keynote speaker, Dr. Sunil Jayantha Navaratna, Vice Chancellors, Deputy Vice Chancellors, Registrars, and Sport Advisory Board Chairmen of universities, Secretary UGC Standing Committee of Sports and Physical Education, our invitees from International University Sport Federation, Asian University Sport Federation, and South Asian University Sport Federation, directors of physical education, instructors of physical education, all invitees, and my dear students. It's my privilege to introduce our inaugural edition of SUSA magazine to all of you. History of SUSA went back to 1969 when Ceylon University Sport Association was established with the members of University of Ceylon, Vidyodaya and Lanka universities. Since then, SUSA is playing a vital role to develop sports and physical education in universities. Each and every year, SUSA is taking significant steps to develop sports and physical education in our member universities. The outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic since 2020 has been so disruptive to the local and international sport movement. We are also experiencing one of the most critical periods of all time with the temporary closure of universities and suspension of on-site sport activities. Nevertheless, SUSA has taken all possible steps to engage undergraduates in sports and physical education activities. This magazine is also one positive step towards serving as motivational guide for students to engage in physical activities, even while at home, to strive for greatness in sports. Magazine, which has featured the best of university sports at both local and international level. This year edition will include the best of 2019 and 2020 university sport related achievements and activities, highlights of major university events in the country, including the Sri Lanka University Games held in 2019, interviews with rising national sportmen and sportwomen who are studying at state universities, and the best article submitted by university students covering trending topics and themes. I hope this will be the starting point of many more editions that will be published annually in future. On behalf of SUSA, I would like to say that we have been helped by a group of multi-talented undergraduates from the beginning of this process. I would like to thank the newly appointed FISU student ambassadors, Mevan and Chaturi, the former FISU student ambassadors, Pranoj, Akila, Temiya, Mahela, and the FISU volunteer leaders, academic participants, Tilan, Kavindra, Keshan, and Harini. They are the coordinating force between SUSA and the students' media groups. Coordinators, photographers, designers, and editors of university media groups, Morai Spirits, Perabits, Uvarayon, Japro Flames, Kalani Stream, Post Media, and Infocus Media, and the chief designer, Sanoj Rosa. All of you put a lot of effort and did a great job behind the scenes to produce quality output of SUSA magazine. Dedication and commitment of all those undergraduates are highly admirable. I would like to thank Senior Professor Sampath Amartunga, Chairman of University Grant Commission, Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta, Vice Chairman of University Grant Commission, Vice President of FISU, Ms. Pinay Kabanje, and President of AUSF, Dr. Suyan Singh, for forwarding their message to our inaugural edition of SUSA magazine. I would like to thank Dr. Chandrakanta Mahendranathan, Mr. B.L.H. Pereira, Mr. I.M. Ranasinghe, Mr. Sudarshana Kirtiratna, Ms. Sharindri Senaviratna, Ms. Charani Paligasinghe, and Ms. Judy Senaviratna, who worked closely with SUSA to select the winners of Article Challenge. Dr. Mahendranathan, Mr. Ratnamudali, Mr. Vellassa, Mr. Vijay Singha, Ms. Rohini, Ms. Nishanti, Mr. Saman, Mr. Sanjeeva, Mr. Lakshman, Ms. Ramani, Mr. Samir, Mr. Samarkon, Ms. Ira, and Mr. Dilshan did tremendous job as the SUSA magazine committee. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all in various ways to make SUSA magazine a reality. Thank you very much. Stay safe and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, sir. Moving on to the exciting moment. We are about to launch the first ever SUSA magazine. As a symbol of the launch, the magazine will be presented virtually to our chief guest of IDUS 2021, Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta, the Vice Chairman of the University Grants Commission.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta. Yes, sir. I take this moment to thank you for humbly acknowledging the SUSA magazine. Dear ladies and gentlemen, now I respectfully invite the chief guest of IDUS 2021, Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta, to address the gathering. Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta is the current Vice Chairman of the University Grants Commission. He has also been appointed as the Chairman of the Standing Committee of Sports and Physical Education of the University Grants Commission. Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta completed his bachelor's at the University of Peradeniya and his master's and PhD at the University of Uppsala University on Sweden. He also has a diploma in chemistry and chemical engineering at Tokyo Institute of Technology, Tokyo, Japan, and a diploma in biotechnology at the South China Agricultural University, Guangzhou, China. During his long career, Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta has held many positions in university administration as a highly renowned personality in his field of expertise as a Senior Professor of Chemistry. He is the former Vice Chancellor of Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka, following his tenure as the Head of Department of Physical Science and Technology at the Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka. To this date, he is also a Senate member of the university. Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta's interests also expand to many other areas, as he has held the Office of Geological Society of Sri Lanka back in 2012 and 2013. He's also held the position of Chief Examiner of Chemistry at the GC Advanced Level Examination for several years. Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta is also a former chairman and member of the Board of Management at the Sri Lanka Foundation. We at SUSA are honored to have Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta as our chief guest at this year's International Day of University Sports 2021 celebrations. Dear sir, over to you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So, very good morning to all of you, and thank you very much for giving a very kind introduction about me. Thank you very much. And our special guest, the keynote speaker of today's event, Director General of National Education Commission, or NIE, National Institute of Education, Maharagama. My good friend, Dr. Sunil Jayantha. Especially, thank you very much, sir, for your very encouraging talk regarding education reforms, what currently we are doing. Thank you very much for that ideas. Your ideas are very well taken, even by myself. So, Vice Chancellors, I saw some Vice Chancellors were there. And Deputy Vice Chancellors, the professors, and senior lecturers, and all the academic staff members of SLUSA member universities, and the registrar and registrars, and the administrative staff of the university, and also the non-academic or academic supportive staff, and the president and executive committee of SLUSA, and sport advisory board secretary in the University of University Grant Commission, and Vice President of the International University Sports Federation, and also the President of Asian University Sports Federation, and the directors of physical education unit at each and every university, and the instructors of the particular units, and finally, my dear students of SUSA member universities. So thank you very much for the organizing committee for inviting me to grace this opportunity, this event as a chief guest. So first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you for holding this year celebration in this level, in spite of the current pandemic situation in the country. This is the first time I am, after assuming duties in the last March as a Vice Chairman of UGC. This is the first time I am participating as a opening ceremony. It's on virtual platform. And actually, it happened from last year, from March last year, only we got this COVID-19 situation. From that point, from that day to today, so no official functionings are happening. In physically, it does not happen, but in virtual platform, we used to have several activities in even this last year. So this kind of event, especially our memories goes to the school time, as well as our university time as a students. Actually, the school and the universities are not only for academic works. So sport is much as part of school and university life as it is of real life. So you should not stuck only for your desk work and need to reserve some time for sports actively. So you have already noticed down that these days our kids, our children, they addicted with the video or internet, computer, games, something like that, in order to spend the free time. The most of students or kids use this cyber, they come to cyber world, and then actually from there they will lose definitely sports activities, and also the friends. They could not have time to make friendship with others. So I have nothing against computers and internet, because of we need this to be competitive in this cyber world. However, we have to advise, we have to encourage or motivate our kids and also children for more sports activities during free time. So if you come to talk about IDUS, that means 2 days event. So International Day of University Sports, or IDUS, is a day dedicated to universities athletics around the world. So which is celebrated on the day like today, 20th September, annually. I think it was, according to my understanding, so it was introduced by UNESCO. If I am wrong, please correct me. Aim of this day is to create links between the universities and their local communities focused around sport, the physical activities, and finally healthy living. IDUS is a very good platform to exchange ideas, best practices, or compare best practices and challenges and opportunity within and through university sports worldwide. So if we talk about SLUSA, your organization, actually SLUSA is the sports governing body of Sri Lankan National University system. Over the past years, the sports activities in Sri Lankan universities have increased, and SUTA has contributed very positively towards this development. So overall objective of the SUSA is to promote and develop the physical education and competitive and what is called recreational sports in the national universities administered by the UGC. The immense contribution made by SLUSA to enhance sports activities and activities in the universities at both local and international level is highly commendable. So events conducted by the SLUSA annually, if you line up. So they used to conduct the university, Sri Lanka University Games, SLUG, it's called SLUG, and the Inter-University Championships, the International University Championship, Sri Lanka University Colors awarding ceremony, Colors Night, the International Day of University Sports, so that means today. And also events conducted by SLUSA member universities annually, Inter-University Freshers Championship, Inter-Faculty Championship, the leadership workshops, and coaching camp and sports education segment. So celebration of International Day of University Sports in IDUS 2021. So I came to know, or I was informed by the organizing committee, and also some of previous presentation done by some students. So they have highlighted that you celebrated the IDUS 2020 in Grand Stale at University of Calanian. So that is the first time in our university system, the history. So unfortunately, this year, now we are facing, not only we, our country, the entire world is facing big problem regarding the pandemic situation or COVID-19 situation. So therefore, the most of physical activities are not happening in these days. Not only the university system, other places also. So, however, thinking to celebrate this special day, I think SUSA took over, took the what is called a very wise decision to celebrate this one, even yesterday and today. So especially the today event is in virtual platform. So as I mentioned previously, so this is the first time I am also participating in a opening ceremony in virtual platform. So it's a very good experience for me too. So, in this year's celebration, the SUSA has organized 6 or several events in order to memorize this day. The first one is juggling, the football juggling competition. So this among all the universities, I saw some video shots, and also essay competition for all 3 languages. So for that event, also the university, all the universities from our island, so participated according to their information. And also among all the universities, quiz competition was there. And yesterday we had a very good panel discussion regarding sports. And also IDUS magazine, and especially this SUSA magazine. Actually, I would like to highlight this launching of this magazine. Yesterday afternoon or evening, I also got this magazine by mail. So I had some time to read, not entire magazine, but at least read some important places. So the first edition of this magazine, they highlighted the best of the 2019 and 2020 university sports related the achievements and activities, and also will the starting point of many more editions to come in future, as this you can, I think, can publish annually in future also. So I hope that the magazine will highlight the major university sports event in the country, and also will be a very good platform, especially for national sportsmen and sportsmen to discuss their experience and also their views in different ways. So my warm congratulations to SUSA for your willingness to conduct some events. So in spite of in spite of the current pandemic situation. So it's actually, it's very great, highly appreciated your effect. Then I told you that so there were some activities already organized by the SUSA, and each and every activity we have the winners and losers. The congratulations to today's winners, and also I would like to congratulate the today's losers. So whether you have won a medal or prize or not, you all are winners. In the long run, so your active and continued participation in sports and athletics would pay you rich dividends in terms of fitness, so well-being and happiness in future, right? The sports, especially particularly the team sports, contribute purposeful and meaningful society relationship. So man is a social animal. We like or we need to socially contact with others. Even this pandemic situation, it was also disturbed. And these social interactions with your friends and neighbors and in the workstation, the workmen and they provide you highly desirable security and belongingness, and ultimately, finally, the happiness. Therefore, winning or losing sports, athletics, not at all important. What is the important thing is, but the important thing is the happiness. So organizing from also the participation in sports events. So it's actually rather than winning a trophy, the participating of this particular event is encouraged, and we can get more social benefits. So when you talk about, since I am representing UGC, so I would like to express on behalf of the chairman and the rest of the team from UGC, I would like to congratulate again the event chairman. So day before yesterday, he phoned me and asked to give his congratulation or his message to you in this time. So, however, at this junction, so we would like to mention that, so in order to encourage university students more into sports, the University Grant Commission has taken an innovative to form or initiative to form a standing committee on sports and physical education. That is the first time in the UGC history. So usually the standing committees actually talk about this academic program. For each and every subject, we have a standing committee. So this all in the academic matters have been discussed in the standing committees. This is the first time in the history of the UGC took a decision to go for non-academic people. Of course, academics are also coming for that standing committee in order to enhance especially the sports activities. So we have initiated the standing committee, and fortunately I was asked to chair the standing committee. And today I have seen that Mrs. Janadari is also participating in today's event, where she is the secretary of that particular committee. The main role of the standing committee would be to function as the advisory body to UGC and vigorously pursue or promote the sports and physical education activities in the universities. Of course, even during my time at SUSL Vice Chancellor, we have some Vice Chancellors also participate in today's event. They also agree with me. We have understand that difficulties we faced by students and also the personnel involved in the sports activity, that may be directors and then instructors and so on in the university. And the effects taken by SUSA to represent Sri Lankan university students in especially international university games. So I hope that making this type of standing committee, I think we can get some solution for those problems in future. Actually, now we are discussing how to allocate some amount of seed money from the budget we get on treasury, especially for separate budget for sports activities in each and every university. In this regard, we should work, or we like to work very close with SUSA in order to overcome some problems arise, especially students' participation on the international, especially the international events. Then finally, I would like to thank again the organizing committee for inviting me as your chief guest. So today's very special day. I give in an opportunity to share my views with you and also understand some events pointed out the previous presenters. And then finally, I wish to wish you a very happy and very successful event today. So again, thanking everybody, especially the event organizers, for inviting. And I would like to conclude my few words with you. And still, even until this ceremony finish, I will be in online, no problem. I am listening to you. Thank you very much for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We are really privileged to have you here. Thank you again for your humble words. Ladies and gentlemen, next we have our award ceremony of the article challenge, quiz challenge, and the football juggling challenge. Article challenge, Sinhala, and the third place goes to Chatura Ramanayaka, University of Sri Jayawardena.
And the second place goes to Rohini Kalangoda, University of Ruhuda.
And the first place goes to Yanya Disanayaka, University of Kelaniya.
Article challenge, category English. And the third place goes to Rahul Jantan from University of Moratuwa.
Second place goes to Navodaya Ekanayaka from University of Peradeniya.
And the first place goes to Virosha Abegnuardana from University of Kelaniya.
Article challenge, Tamil. Third place goes to Sivaharan Rajendram from University of Peradeniya.
And the second place goes to Arulananda Vyasan from University of Jaffna.
And the first place goes to Pradushan Imbarat from University of Murtu.
Inter-University Sports Quiz Competition. And the winners are, the third place goes to Ajit Keragala from University of Peradeniya.
And the second place goes to Mandapa Panditage from University of Murtu.
And the first place goes to Nimsara Seniratna from University of Murtu.
Football Juggling Challenge. And the winners are, third place, Anjana Gunwardana, University of Murtu.
And the second place goes to Namidu Elakura from University of Colombo.
And the first place goes to Harika Lianage from University of Peradeniya. Congratulations to all the winners.
They say that there is an end to everything, but we believe that there is never an end, but always a beginning. To conclude for today, I request Mrs. Ramani Kulatilaka, Treasurer of SLUSA, and most importantly, the Chairperson of the IDUS 2021 Organizing Committee to deliver the vote of thanks. Mrs. Ramani Kulatilaka is currently working as an instructor in physical education, grade 1 at the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. She graduated from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, having completed her Bachelor of Science Management Public Special Degree at the Faculty of Management Studies and Commerce. She was the Secretary of the Sports Council and the most outstanding sportswoman in the years 1997 and 1998. She's also a diploma holder of first class in sports at the National Institute of Sports Science and a master's degree holder in sports science and management at the Faculty of Medicine, University of Peradeniya. Dear Madam, over to you.
A warm and graceful day to everyone. Honorable dignitaries and most valued guests. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the Sri Lanka University Sports Association on the celebration of International Day of University Sports. We want to express our gratitude to Honorable Chief Guest, Senior Professor Chandana P. Udavatta, Vice Chairman, University Grants Commission, and Chairman, Standing Committee Sports and Physical Education. We extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Sunil Jayantha Navaratna, Director General, National Institute of Education, for delivering the keynote speech and sharing your experience with us. Thank you, sir. And we must respectfully convey our heartiest gratitude to our Vice Chancellors, Deputy Vice Chancellors, Registrars, Sports Advisory Board Chairmen, and members of all universities. You are being with us in spite of your busy schedule. And also we are grateful to our panelists, Professor Asika Pereira, Professor in Clinical Biochemistry, Faculty of Medical Sciences, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Mr. Diane Gomez, former chairman of Hela Clothing and former group director of Mars Holdings. Mr. Jehan Mubarak, former captain of Sri Lanka cricket team and ICC qualified high performance cricket coach. And moderator, Mr. Kavindra Patirage, Faculty of Medicine, University of Kelaniya. You made this event glamorous. Thank you very much, Vice President of International University Sports Federation and the President, Asian University Sports Federation, for your inspirational messages. We were able to hold this event on virtual platform with the help of Professor Shiranta Hinken, the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Professor Damayanti Bamanusingha, Head of the Department of Economics, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Thank you, sir, and madam, for your great help. Special thanks for Mrs. Janadari Vijayasinghe, Deputy Secretary, University Grant Commission, and Secretary to the Standing Committee on Sports and Physical Education. And also my heartiest thanks to former directors and instructors in physical education units for being with us right through the event. I, as the chairman of IDUS Organizing Committee, take this opportunity to acknowledge the immense contribution of our dedicated current and former FISU ambassadors, and NUSF representatives. And our special thanks goes to President of University Media Units, magazine designers and editors from University Media Units, dancing teams from University of Colombo and Kelaniya, judges and participants of Article Challenge competition, football competition, and quiz competition. Finally, I would extend my wholeheartedest gratitude to the President, Sri Lanka University Sports Association, Dr. Chandrakanta Mahendradan, and our SLUSA team, with all directors and instructors, sports council members, and players who always live up to our expectations and who are our pillars of strength. Thank you very much for being with us. Be healthy and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. A very special message to everyone. So we will be taking a group photograph. We will also give you a couple of minutes, just in case if some of y'all are not ready. So in a couple of minutes, we are all giving you a chance to be a part of the IDUS 2021 celebrations. Please switch on your cameras.
So we cannot hear you.
I'm sorry. So we will be taking a group photo after the countdown from 3. I'll start now. 3, 2, 1. Say cheese, everyone. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for your cooperation.
You can do everything by on the virtual platform now, ne?
Yes, so we can connect everyone from anywhere at any time. Makes it easy to.
That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at the final few minutes of IDUS Day 2 celebrations. Malka, the former professional basketball player, Mr. Michael Jordan, once said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it."
Such an inspirational quote, Gajani. I would say, dream it, believe it, and achieve it. Dear ladies and gentlemen, on a final note, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Vice Chancellor of University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Senior Professor Sudhanta Liyanage, and all the authorities of University of Sri Jayawardhanapura for providing the premises to run our main operations physically. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. From IDUS 2021 celebrations, I'm Malka Karivasam, signing off from the final day of International Day for Sport, the IDUS, and this is
Gajani Vigneshwaran. Once again, many congratulations for all the winners, and hope everyone enjoyed and learned something for the growth of yourself from IDUS Celebrations 2021. We wish you good luck for your future endeavors. Stay safe and thank you. And goodbye until we meet again with IDUS 2022 celebrations. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the FISU anthem.